It's always good to get a brand on for the first time on GotAUkulele, and this is their first. Keep watching. Yeah, hello, welcome back. It's GotAUkulele review day. As ever, the summary video review to the full written review on the website that you'll always find linked in the description box below these videos. A lot more information about it down there. You'll also find some links down there which allow you to do what these people have done. This is my weekly thank yous, being polite and courteous to the people who very kindly sponsored GotAUkulele, because I don't get paid by the brands. This is not an advert site. This is not paid product placement. This is not, I'm not a shill for the brands or the stores. This only happens independently thanks to the kind donations. They keep it going. Thank you very much. You can also help out, as I say, every week for free. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, ring the bell, you'll get notified of new stuff coming your way. Yeah, okay, as I said in the introduction, that's the first one for this brand. I've known about them for some time, and they go back to the 1970s when LoPrinzi set up LoPrinzi Guitars, making instruments in the USA, a luthier, very, very well regarded. Very, very well regarded. I think he was poached then by some guitar brands to make instruments for him. Bit of a hiatus where the brand was taken over by another company, but then in later years they bought the trademark back and have been building again since, now under the tutelage of his youngest daughter, Donna LoPrinzi, who's got a real name for herself as an absolute class act luthier. She's also the first female luthier that I featured on GotAUkulele, not through fault of mine or want of trying. That's just the way it is. So that's great to see, because she has a very, very good name for herself. And this is the LoPrinzi Black Limber Long Neck Soprano ukulele. That's to say, a concert scale neck on a soprano sized body. LoPrinzi handmade luthier built instruments in Florida in the USA. They come in a range of flavors, from their Model A, which is just their standard woods with no bindings or anything else. Then you go up to the B's and C models, B standing for black binding, C standing for cream binding. This is a 2B because it has some purfling, which I'll come on to, and then you go up into 3B, 4B, which have things like abalone and stuff on it. So this is about sort of 3 steps up from the basic models, and it's certainly very striking to look at. All solid woods, like all LoPrinzis are. And this is made from a wood, not the first time for the wood for me, but the first time in this style. This is called Black Limber, and Black Limber is a variant of the Carina wood. Now, Carina, very well used over the years in electric guitars, very hard but very light and very, very decent. Gibson made them very famous, Carina guitars. But now increasingly being seen in boutique acoustic guitars. And this Black Limber, which is you get white limber as well, which doesn't have this graining, but this Black Limber is this black graining. It's not spalting. This is the actual grain wood in the Carina wood. And you know, it's very nice. One thing that surprises me, it's a soprano, and I first looked at it, thought, well, that'll be a single piece top. It isn't. It's 2 pieces, and 2 pieces on the sides, and 2 pieces on the back. I think I would have preferred it to be book matched because of that graining. Maybe the book matching would have looked a little bit too odd, a little bit too uniform, but it's not book matched, so they are 2 pieces, but they're not matched. Minor point. I'm kind of, the jury's out with me on it, but I think it is a very, very attractive looking instrument. It's a beautiful looking instrument. Loads of interest. People are going to say, what's that? And in fact, I put some sneak peeks of this up and most people got it wrong. So let's check out my microphone's actually on. Very, very nice bits of wood there. Very, very thin tone woods as well. Really pleased to see a very simple ebony slot style saddle with a bone slightly curved on the top saddle. Simple, they work, they take up very little space on the top of the vibrating top. Good enough for Martin, good enough for the old vintage Hawaiian instruments. They just really work, so that's good to see. Okay, decoration, as I say, this is the 2B, so the B stands for black, which is the black binding here. on the front and back, but the 2 denotes that you also get the black and white purfling, and you get black and white purfling around the soundhole edge as well. If you go up to the 3s, you get things like abalone, as I say. If you go down, you don't get any binding at all, or you get plain binding and then no binding at all. But this is the 2B, so as I say, sort of middle ground, and I think the decoration works with this wood really, really well. It is impeccably well done. I can't find a single flaw with the inlays. Bear in mind, handmade instrument, extremely tidily done, however she's done it, really tidy. Finished in a satin finish, which is not thick, there's no pooling, it's really good and nicely done, and the whole thing just feels smooth and really, really tactile. Inside, extremely tidy as to what you'd expect to see. So we've got a back strip holding the 2 back pieces together, notched linings, very tidy, no mess, regular bracing in there, so very good. Move on to the neck. This is kind of the signature look for LoPrinzi. I don't know what the outer woods are, possibly mahogany. I'm suspecting it's mahogany, but they all come with this skunk stripe of maple and walnut, which runs all the way through the whole thing. So the neck is effectively a 5-piece neck, but 5-piece, you know, across this way. It's finished in satin. The heel is stacked, but I really love this little taper on the heel as well, and I understand why that's stacked, because it would look odd with the skunk stripe to it. Tapers down, really nice squash back profile here, and this one is an option. This is a wide neck soprano, long neck soprano. This comes with a 38mm nut, 30 from G2A, right up my street. Don't panic if you don't like the wide nuts. I say this is subjective because the standard LoPrinzi nut widths on their Sopranos are 35, which is pretty standard. So this is just a bit wider in where it counts, and I really like it for that. But if you wanted one and you don't get on with the really wide nuts, they do these in 35. In fact, 35 is the standard spec for LoPrinzi Sopranos. So that's good to see as a nice option, because this is a luthier instrument. This is just an example of what Donna makes. You know, that you go on their website, there's lots of different options you can choose. That's really nice and smooth though. Love the back shallow profile up there, and there's no joint up here. That just sort of flows out into the headstock. Really comfortable up here. I'll come on to that headstock in a moment as well, because there's something else I like about that. Fingerboard is made of ebony, really, really good, well-oiled condition. No complaints with that at all. The frets are not edge-bound, but there's no sharpness. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 to the body. Remember, this is a concert scale. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 in total. Yep, they're all dressed really well. The position dart's very Martin-esque. We've got a single pearl at the 5th, a double 7th, one at the 10th, a double 12th, and one at the 15th. Probably a bit more than Martin do, but that double 7th is an interesting one. And they're repeated with standard dots at the side on 5, 7, 10, and 12 as well. So you're never going to get lost with this one. This is a really nice neck, really nice neck. Bone nut setup on this is impeccable. This is on loan to me from World of Ukes. Thank you to Matt for letting me have a look at this one. And he says that all the instruments he gets in from Donna don't need any work whatsoever. They are so well set up. That LoPrinzi headstock is also their trademark shape. I really like it. The skunk stripe running through the front as well. Some of them have facings on them, but I really like it with the stripe on the front. That's the Augustino LoPrinzi logo inlaid. And look how skinny it is from front to back as well. Really, really little, diminutive, light headstock. This one comes with Grover friction pegs. I'm really pleased to see those. Personal choice because it's a small little soprano stroke concert instrument, and I just love friction pegs. I think they look to me like Grover 2s, which is kind of what you get on a Magic Fluke. That seems a little bit of a downgrade for a luthier instrument from LoPrinzi, but this one was built some time ago. It's made and Matt's trying to sell it. If I look on the LoPrinzi website now, the standard spec for their soprano says that they use GotAUPTs, which are superb. So if you're buying one, check what you're getting. I personally don't mind these. I get on with them. I know a lot of people don't, but these are Grover 2s, same as on the Magic Fluke. It's not a huge complaint. Just check what you're getting, because it seems like their specs may have changed. And that's it. And finishing it off, set of strings that they say are LoPrinzi's own fluorocarbon, so that's probably fishing line. And that's it. because it's a luthier instrument and you get lots of different specs. In this spec, in the UK price, so there's obviously duty and tax on top of that, £799 from World of Ukes. That doesn't faze me in the slightest. I understand this is a handmade in the USA instrument. And with the greatest respect to Magic Fluke, fully wooden, braced, handmade instrument, not just a plastic bowl back with a top dropped onto it. This is a fully built instrument by a luthier. Looking on the LoPrinzi website and their full price list, the absolute basic soprano in stock, mahogany with no decoration, is about $500 or so, up to, right at the top end, the baritone with all the decorations and koa wood, $1,400. Those prices are really, really keen for a handmade luthier built instrument in the USA. Really, really good value. I didn't balk at that price at all. This is seriously good value for mine. I love it. I absolutely love it. The build and finish here is impeccable. Check what those tuners are going to mean to you, and I probably myself would prefer this to be book matched. Maybe, yeah, maybe I would. But other than that, I'm really, really nitpicking with it. This is a wonderful neck. It is beautifully light to hold, 425 grams. Balances just wonderfully, nice and thin front to back as well, isn't it? Little diminutive instrument. I love little sopranos. I've never played one made of Carina wood. Been playing this a lot, so it probably is in tune. A little bit off on my G. Alright, okay. The volume, first of all. Can you see me? This looks very, very dim. Can you see me? Yes, okay. Yeah, really, I've heard louder soprano bodies, but it's good. Some of those mahogany standard sopranos punch a bit more. But it's alright, it's alright. Sustain, you're never going to get huge amounts. There. That's not bad either. Kind of reminds me of the sort of sustain you get on a Kaweya soprano, which is very good. But there's a really pretty character to that. Obviously, small body soprano, staccato sound, rhythmical instrument, that's what the soprano is. There's a shimmery richness. Yeah, that's what I want a soprano body to sound like. I know it's a concert neck, but it really is. That's really good. Peppy, bouncy, rhythmical, dancey sound to it. You can't play melodies on a soprano, yes you can. Pretty. That was me. That intonation is not off there. It's me bending the string. I'm very, very sorry, but I'm not doing it again. really, really lovely sound. Yeah, really, really good. I don't know why this is the first time only I've seen LoPrinzi. You don't see a lot of them in the USA, but it's really nice to see that Matt at World of Ukes is stocking a few of them, so we get them over here now. This one's available from him. It'll be going back to him very soon, next week. The LoPrinzi long neck concert scale soprano body made of black limber, solid black limber, which is a type of carina, handmade in Florida in the USA by LoPrinzi. Really, really, really well built. You know, I sometimes say Luthier builds, you can see lots of tooling marks in it. There isn't. This is absolutely impeccably flawless for a handmade instrument. I love little details like this. I love the headstock. My gripes are very, very minor because it's just such a really good instrument. And that price, yeah, there's a bit of waiting on that for UK pricing, $799. But have a look at if you're in America, have a look at the LoPrinzi website and look at their price ranges for their instruments for ukuleles. They're really, really fair for a handmade instrument. Donna LoPrinzi should be very, very proud of what she does with these. She's very, very, very talented. I love this. I love this. I'm rambling. Thank you, Matt, for the loan of this one. I hope you keep getting LoPrinzis in because these are really good. Ramble, ramble. Right, okay. I am not here this weekend coming. I have something on, so I'm going to be taking a break. So I'll be seeing you in a couple of weeks' time. I've got lots more coming, all sorts of stuff in the pipeline. I've no idea. There's just boxes absolutely everywhere. But thank you for your ongoing support. I've got a couple of mini midweek things that I'm going to try and do just to sort of keep and break the gap up a bit. I think I've got an update on that mini guitar. I've got another little speaker for you. I've got another mini guitar or two. So I'll try and keep those going as well, but I'll see you on the ukulele channel in a couple of weeks' time. And I hope you look after yourselves and have some fun in the meantime. See you soon. Bye-bye.